Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LPL 2025 Split 1.
Acting the Kaiser and the Rakan to beat out the Zyra and the Rel in the early levels of the game. They do get the push, and Milky Way is here, and that's the flashback. You flash away, you still get flipped.
Cleanse flash down, Leave has nowhere to go. Unspeakable horror comes on in, and Leave will get first blooded by Milky Way.
I have missed Niket. Just as we mentioned it, you want to play around the mount up, because if the auto attack starts, just as Aurora hits stuff on you, that's her passive. If you get to 3 stacks on that, she gets a lot of movement speed and healing over time and stuff like that too. So really nasty for extended trades. If you do go towards that, can give you kind of unexpected long trade potential. Niket knows he doesn't have cleanse.
I think that's trouble for Leave. He's going to take a lot of damage here. Remember, no flash, no cleanse. They can run at this. They've got summoners to work with. This bot lane on fire.
That's my support go.
Milky Way doesn't lead to a kill, which could be a bit of a frustrating thing for Nocturnes early, but the blue buff still comes on through. Duskbringer will spot out Aki.
I still think that was pretty good from RNG, because what that means is by all-inning the Kaiser, she can't join the dive. She has to escape instead. NIP's still looking for something, though. Don't be very fed, but...
You're going to get a lot of damage. Uses the Between Worlds, just about gets out of range, but the Fear still lands damage pretty high at this point. The weirding should allow him to escape.
Yeah, Doinby so powerful at that point, even with just the tier 2 boots. The first ults of the game from Aurora can really turn a fight. RNG, though, managing this game very well in the first 10 minutes. No NIP, been a little bit sucker punched by a team which does arm wrestle for it.
Aki going to be going in very blind here and finds Niket. Jachi and Tanguy waiting for him. Will pop the Crescent Guard. Niket now actually in danger because of that damage. Felt like a good pick off onto Aki, but the damage all outside of the Crescent Guard makes it a bit tricky. They'll still get the dragon off this, but it comes at the cost of the support.
Folks, you are still playing into an early game The great wizards of Limp Bizkit and Linkin Park really changed everything with new metal, as you might see ourselves a new dive on top side. Shanji trying to clear the wave.
Ooh, damage onto PP God, who flashes away, but the follow-up is good. Wait, the battle dances! Make it a 1-for-1.
Shanji plays that so well with PP God. PP God has had such a good glow up in the split. Tonyuan even feeling the need to flash away from it. See that RNG plays because you get more ultimates available. It's less team fight 5v5 than the Stride Breaker. And of course, we're getting towards first items for our big carries as well. Shiv and Pickaxe will give you the Q upgrade, great wave clip. Do you potentially have a teleport coming in though? That's mainly just to protect on that tower coming through though. Leave is strong.
So is Jachi though, who feels the moment to step forward. Has a barrier, gets a flash out of the Kaiser. Where's the paranoia? Not quite in range till now! Flash away, just about keeps Leave safe.
Close run stuff. I think the flash away from Leave means that Milky Way can't get there in time, and now Jachi's left out to dry.
So frustrating. Milky Way's going to fall as well, and they can't quite secure the kill. It looked genius for a second from RNG. Instead, NIP end up with 2. They'll get the mid lane tier 1, and the counter punch is a knockout.
Be careful. Really does not want to be eating random bits of damage like that.
Aki loses a bit himself, but again, that's a Shin's out with a Sundered Sky and a Crescent Guard. Not the easiest. Niket jumps on the other side, though. Big engage. The quickness comes on through, but the Equalizer after not quite in range. Milky Way got on to Leave. But again, the confirmation of the kills doesn't come on through. The Between Worlds is poor from Doinby, who went for a flash to make that one happen. And both teams looked white hot. They looked really, really good. They were playing their style with cream in the mid lane, and it was all about melee, carry top sides of the map. How exciting will this be when they join a real team? And then 2024 happened, and both of them looked mediocre. Yeah. And then you look at Leave, who had his shot at the big time and fumbled it. You look at PP.
Leave was set up to be Uzi's success.
Exactly.
He was set up to be the next big guy. Niket was trying to look for a flank, was spotted out. Gets out safely for now.
Spotted out in that recall. We'll get out. Probably cost the tier 1 down bot lane. And this is starting to be a bit problematic, as NIP now with all the outer turrets into a Nocturne is a bit frustrating.
And another thing which is really going to be hurting this too, just quickly highlight it. We do have a poke build coming in from Leave, as we said, which does involve the Sorkpan boots. Really good straight up bursts. And yeah, RNG now don't have the flash on their engaged support.
Atakan down to 5k. NIP backing away now. The teleports come on through. Fighting Rumble around this point could be pretty miserable. Shanji on a deep flank, currently unspotted, but everyone backs away. Happy enough with the teleport they earned.
I think you can see that NIP can really play around a lot of range. Unless Nocturne is... Hang on a second, as that's the W landing again.
Oh my God!
Trying to stop the resets.
Shattering Strike comes on through. Might be a mount up available, but the flash on him with a bit of a quickness buys some time.
That is punishing with vision so well. Take away the flash and the rel, take away the engaged threat, and suddenly NIP get themselves a free Atakan.
Back we go. Infinity Edge was just picked up by Jackie. They wanted to be able to play around some of these spikes. You have still got Equalizer and Paranoia. You can force a lot of damage with the resists being shredded. Big damage onto PP God. Paranoia pops. Waiting for an angle, but Shanji being attacked. Run away as the perfect execution comes on down. But he's 1v4 and flashes on out. And now actually RNG can turn to Atakan with the top laner not there.
Oh, it's been a real vision battle. The first vision war was kind of won by NIP, getting that kill onto Niket and forcing the flash beforehand. But they lose the follow-up. And now it means that RNG could go towards this. Dumby has a lot of damage. But it's not enough right now.
Yeah, and you remember your double AD carries here. Atki's around. This could end up being a smite fight. He's got the control. Wind becomes lightning. Pop goes in, but it's Chachu secures it. They've got enough burst. Atki flashes on out. You lose 1 to the withdrawal, but that's about it. Everyone else is come on back on over. Go on, take you in, my son. That's it. Pick off that shit's out, PP God. Looking a little bit flaccid as he needs to back away, feeling a little bit worse for wear. Go on, RNG, get some... but they're going to have to rely on that now. They are not just ahead in the map. The Atakan will give RNG a lot more safety. It will at that. Of course, the other side of this is you're looking at Atakan, oh, it's a flip. And it kind of was, but you're still doing it with double AD carries and a lot of feathers. They get pulled at the same time as someone saying go on smite. Is a pretty weighted toss because you actually have got quite a lot of burst to secure that. It's not just a smite v smite. Okay. And now we start to have to ask the questions about, okay, even state in mid-game, now going on late as we're getting towards 2.5 items, not just 2.
Hang on, Tony was getting jumped onto. Didn't even lose that kind of the last play.
Can start trading this one around pretty well. Does a lot of damage back. We'll probably have that withdrawal pop. PP God waiting for it. Oh my days, the turnaround is huge. They finally get him down and they time out the buff. Now Jackie in danger, but the health bar on this side is desperately low. Milky Way in the back, I can't secure the kill. Flashes away. Equalizer slow is awesome. They have to flash to get it from Leave. As Jackie gonna get run on, but the Q goes wide. Can't find it. Doomby goes gone. He's now on the barbecue though. Goes down.
Doomby can't quite get himself the monster play he wanted. Leave.
Cursive Q! And Leave gets another. That's actually valuable.
It really is. NIP, they fumble a little bit on the first play trying to...
We've got a Paranoia. It's always going to be hard to keep a Nocturne out of the pit, but it's down to 9k. Looking to potentially turn this. Niket was chunked pretty low, though. The problem is this rel is just not tanky into all of the damage. Now, the scaling is brutal. All the while, though, Tungyuan is not there, shoving up on the tier 2. They say, we can't get in. We'll trade on the rest of the map.
Yeah, I love this Kai'Sa build. This Kai'Sa build has been annoying as hell. You still get to have your early game wave clear with the Shiv and your Q upgrade. Once you get towards this point, though, your W's hit like a truck. Leave has been playing very well outside of a rough lane phase.
And it was a rough lane. Hire me to be your CEO at this random company.
LinkedIn it's not okay, folks.
Watch me cry as I fire random members of mine.
I'm so sad that I had to end someone's livelihood. Yeah. That got quite grim quite quickly. Yeah. Well, I mean,
LinkedIn is a weird place.
It is. Now, the thing is, NIP, they do have serious advantage in terms of range now, because, and of course they have the Baron buff, which is going to make the gold even more. What is the win condition for RNG? Well, a good enough equalizer can very much help. There isn't that much tank on the side of NIP. You're not going to be able to pin people into it that easily. I think big enough wombo combo from Niket, Milky Way, Xiaoshu should do the deal. I just don't think you can force the ideal scenario so easily.
I feel like the moment Leave gets arm guard, it gets harder, because then between Flash, between Supercharge, between Ult, between PP God coming to save his head with a Locket as well, getting a hold of Leave with a, would I suspect be something like an arm guard fourth, would be very tricky to manage.
Also, I completely flipped. Hang on, look, there might be a fight. We'll see this. The Equalizer comes in.
Going top lane with it and forces the disengage in mid. Public execution comes on down, but the fear is still there, courtesy of the Nightmare, continuing to charge on forwards, but Shanji flashes away.
Shanji, really good disengage play, very similar to how we play out the Cassandra. And now the problem is, Milky Way has been left alone. The PP God has found you wanting.
Nice little spell shield, though, into the fear, and he gets away. Burn, not quite there, Flash. And Leaf goes, but he's stuck onto the turret with a massive magnet storm. Leaf will go down, and they get 2 back. Bot lane falls.
Oh, God, maybe I take it back about the PP God finding you wanting. The PP God didn't find you at all in the first place. We're getting into a bit Clown Fiesta territory. As we were saying earlier, typically it was RNG making the aggressive plays, but NIP outplaying. kind of flips the script at the end of that play. However, NIP still get themselves the dragon that will get them up to soul point, but RNG still walk away with more from that play than they had any right to believe they could get.
And of course, still got 20-odd seconds on Leave being here. They can't quite secure this mid-tier 1 still.
Dude, this is such a deeply unserious game.
It is.
I've used that a lot recently because Anyone's Legend, I think recently, they'd already locked playoffs. So they thought, whatever,
yeah.
it'll be fine. I think it was versus WE, was it?
That at least sport was not it.
It was not it. It was quite distressing to watch, actually. But RNG, you can tell that they are really turning up their A game. I'm really glad that the Nakets come in. It gives them one chance to put wards down. If they last longer, it really helps. And you're playing bullet hell. There's only so many shots you can dodge. They've dodged pretty well, but each one that hits is a significant chunk gone.
20% of Tenguen's HP just went. That's another half. He needs to back away.
Ah, jeez, it's so hard. Leave just needs to hit 1 or 2 more, and then he can start flying in with his ultimate. If that one hit, I wonder if that would have been the fight star. RNG, they are playing Dance Dance Revolution, and they've got 2 left feet right now.
Tenguen's going to have to reset and look for a teleport, I think, is probably it. Naket on a flank angle, though.
This could be it. This could be it. He has flash. He goes on to Doomby.
Doomby's in danger. Will go golden, but how much further can he go? He's got flash, uses it. The turnaround now comes on throw. Aki, Crescent Guard in. Wait for Jachi to try and get some value down. Trying to heal up as best they can. The locket is decent, but the damage just wasn't there. Some tools used on both sides. Aki and Doomby.
They just play fish in a barrel.
But they are trying to play it out as PP got battle dances away. Doomby gets a massive weirding alongside the double fold. Hex. Aki back on in. Jachi goes up into the sky. Big pullback. Gets some more value. But look at Leave. Still untouched. Goes into the backside and crits them down. The flames are full of shadows. And Leave murders them all.
Leave none alive. NIP's main character in their ADC comes away with a 5,000 damage team fight. RNG could not dodge enough skill shots, and eventually they missed a step.
How realistic was it you were going to pop him there? And then if you do not kill this Kai'Sa that now has a Death Cat last item, you cannot win a plat fight. That Kai'Sa is unreal strong. You've got a more of Malmortius
and a front line. There's no real front line to do that with here. It's very, very hard. And while, you know, oh my god! Half HP through a more of Malmortius. That would have killed if that hit.
That is unreal. This Xayah cannot play the game. It's not even like they're that far behind. It's a single level.
This is not okay. This is why this build has been building up in terms of solo queue. Milky Way gets the fear. But what else are you meant to do here as RNG? You are clutching at straws. It's much harder than finding a needle in a haystack.
God. Oh my days, Naket down to half HP. Don't overplay it. W lands. Won't pull the trigger.
It is so difficult. Now, a lot of people will criticize Milky Way and Naket for it, for this kind of game, because they have to push the envelope and they have to put themselves. Yeah, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.
Kai'Sa was put behind early. Didn't actually fall behind that much, though, did they? And Milky Way will tank up that W at the very least.
Infernal Soul and everything. Look, I don't actually think... I think the correct choice for NIP here is not go towards Elder. You just keep throwing Ws out. Eventually, they'll hit enough and they'll lose. That is the 100% tutorial win condition. Naket's trying to find a pick.
Decent job on a PP God, but gets on out. Costs very little on the other side. The turnaround comes through. Tango has been jumped. Shanji, GA will likely fall here regardless, as the Valkyrie out means that that is a Corki that's running away. Shanji continues to dash. But Drakehound steps into the grave.
Oh, but Leave can go in.
Lord, Aki goes on forwards. Leave is yet to press. Jachi also hit. Where's the re-engage? The feather pull is decent. Looking to get on to Leave. The equalizer after gets a large amount of damage. But there's a locket. And Doomby and Leave blow him up. Oh, there's nothing weird about it. It's just straight horror show.
It is just not fair. The artillery won't stop.
Jachi. Gonna try and play this one out. He's got the double carries to play around. Desperately needs to kill the both one to clear the wave he's got. But the Vamps have to flash for the weirding. The W goes wide. Cleanse needed to burn. Wait, where is Milky Way? Can't quite get it. Dustbringer's not there, and it's valiant effort. But it's a Jachi G. NIP win the game in a late game Kai'Sa scenario.
Weird stuff. Pantheon mid into Yone.
Okay, so my understanding is that Yone will unbind his soul and Pantheon will go, great, shield.
I think that RNG are happy now that the Camille is into the Gragas.
Yeah, they're happy enough with that. And still got a potential gank option down here. Milky Way looking for this early play. Happened last game as well. It was really valuable. PP got flashing on out. Aki now coming on over. The Deadly Flourish goes wide. This invade onto the red buff was happening. Do they want to play this out? I don't know how powerful this will be as Tangyuan can come on over, but wait for the flash option from Doomby. Gonna try and re-engage. There is the Zenith Blade. Flash on forward. Aki now very deep with Doomby, who shield vaults in. Leave has come on over. And first blood goes the way of NIP.
I gotta say, the hero of that play honestly is PP God. Escapes.
What these teams have seen in them. And then sometimes they come in and they don't deliver. They don't step
Fun
up.
stuff as well. So we are getting some really cool
yeah.
tech coming through as we see the, again, the longer dive coming through. Symbiotic souls built up by the Pantheon. Turning one over the wall. Aki caught.
Ultimatum keeps Aki caught between a wall and a half place. The hook after they have enough follow-up. Aki continuing to try and run away. The ignite is pretty good. The bullet time onto the cap finally goes down, does that Nidalee. Doinby continues to go forwards, gets a Comet Spear to make it a 1-for-1.
1-for-1, but again, just a messy play. RNG not quite cleanly finishing things off. Similar into game one, RNG would look for the aggressive
Reset
players.
potential means that this Pantheon will still be all over the map without that kind of normally core option. Bot lane, Cask has been used, but Shanji now out of problems. Flash for the fourth shot! Chachi, my goat!
Jachi and the Cat have played so well this series against NIP. Jachi, once it's kind of in the animation, it's going to fly the chamber. Shanji just brutally outplayed.
The one thing I'll say though is Leave is still up fairly significantly in CS here. About 20 or so. I think that's partly the lane swap shenanigans to put things into difficult spots.
This happened last game too, actually. There is a bullet time for Leave. You don't want to necessarily drag yourself too far in here. Remember, there is a Pantheon ult as well.
Oh, absolutely right. Milky Way! Just about alive. Is there a flash ignite angle? No. PP God won't look for the dubstep.
Yeah, I was looking at the minimap at the same time because you see that as soon as that play started, flash out play of Jachi onto Shanji, much like the last game, might not get the kills, but is getting the CS.
Turn around, that's the hook. And there's Heine, the level 6 comes on through. That could be problematic. PP got low, not quite down. Zedbed comes on in. But look who else is here! Doinby looking for the play. The solar flare not going to be quite enough. Putting the gun call. Flash to deny. Leave saves the support.
Get yourself an AD carry that will put themselves on the line.
A little dicey in some ways. Right?
I don't think you can actually auto-attack much against this team, which is the big deciding factor for me. Jhin can outrange you. Nautilus has so much CC. That's a cancel. On the hook shot. Doinby's there to roam as well.
The scissor legs are broken. There's no ankles there. And a Comet Spear brings that could be down to earth real fast.
Well, congratulations, NIP. You have a second jungler this game. Doinby and Aki both playing both sides of the map.
And he's still even in CS. He's still on near enough 10 CS a minute. Oh my days. PP God now in danger. Still doesn't have the flash. Stranglethorns come on through. There is a solar flare. I don't think about it. The bullet time will first stop any further follow-up. Jachi is trying. We are seeing RNG try, but the damage just isn't there right now. And Leave can just deny it with the press of a button.
Once again, NIP are just better at playing the map. Doinby is everywhere, whether it's the ult or whether using, you know, the budget mobility boots of the symbiotic souls, which are going to go towards the synchronized souls soon enough. NIP, they're going to get themselves the feats of strength 2, which is really nice, especially when time in in the split one so far. Aki, Doinby.
Strikebreaker slow. There's no Eclipse on this Pantheon. Has gone towards a little bit more of a bruiser option. Does manage to get that Spirit Cleave by time. PP God looking for a solar flare. Well buffered with the Fate Seal. The bullet time, not the best angle. The Stranglethorns after, actually really good in the turret shot. Helps Milky Way confirm the anti-dive.
Yeah, clean anti-dive. Double ultimates led by Nautilus and Zyra. Aki strong enough to look for a kill after this point if a spear hits. In fact, the Pantheon ult's going too. Where is it going, though? It's
no way! Niket will get the dredge line. That doesn't matter. And now they can keep looking. Doinby has got flash. We'll have ignite in a second. Milky Way down to flash on the other side. Trying to buy time. Look at the curtain call, though. They're between two turrets. And this ain't Lord of the Rings. Bring me a teleport worthy of Saruman, because that weren't it. Aki in danger now. Hextech ultimatum will surely follow as Jachi gets around timely flourish. The observing is top tier. It is straight cinema here. The return of the bot lane king.
Oh, absolute cinema. Jachi landing so many crucial shots. This AD carry has been so confident today. RNG giving way more of a fight to NIP than I think so many people would have given them any hope to do so. But NIP have been held to account. They have been the better team of NIP, but not by a clear enough margin that they can get part of the ultimate directly onto Niket. However, then you are very much behind enemy lines. Wait, hang on. Did Doinby end up accidentally... Hang on, I think Milky Way ended up putting down a plant and the stun went onto the plant instead. Incredible.
Amazing. And Stranglethorn's pretty good. Doinby on the flank, though. Still being really frustrating. The bullet time is good. Doinby will have a Comet Spear in a second. Just gets it. It's not enough to execute. It's not the empowered one.
Oh, hair shot on that too. It has been close margins all game long. And really has been the Pantheon at the center of this. Is Camille actually being a scaling threat. 2-item Camille, I think, cleans up these plays because they are actually a consistent damage threat. The thing about NIP. So let's go down the list, right? Okay. There's actually a big play coming through. Let's not go down the list. Let's go into the fights.
Very dead. PP got the last auto. The burn should surely secure. It doesn't until just now. Stranglethorns buys time, but Doomby is so damn tanky. Shanji on a flank. Could look for a big angle. Jachi flashed on that. They end up losing 2 nonetheless.
The numbers advantage works out for NIP. Xiaoshu is in topside. We were just saying, actually, the Camille might turn the game eventually. She's not turning the game right now, and that's a problem. RNG are playing towards these big, kind of bursty picks, trying to kill people with their big ultimates before the skirmish really evolves into a proper team fight. And they don't have the Camille to really get the most out of the scenario.
Try and play for this turret regardless. Shanji is here, still has the cask. Will not save the turret. Xiaoshu does secure. Roam coming up from Nidalee.
Spawned on the top side. Do have minutes till the next dragon spawns. It would be second for either of these. It's not been about dragons this game. It has been about control. And yeah, he's on vision. Your jungle does not belong to you. Aki finds him out, lands a spear. This is something that Nidalee obviously can do. In a very skirmish-heavy game like this, of course the Nidalee's going to have more value like this.
How aggressive do they want to play this? It will be a very deep angle.
Wow, Pantheon's in base. Pantheon's not here. Pantheon's in base.
Will have a Grand Star. Doesn't have Grand Starfall either, so actually can't join with the ultimate. They're going to throw down the Hextech on the win, but it's onto the Gragas. Don't know about that one. Xiaoshu's going to die. The curtain call is fine, but there's just no damage. It's over.
They have overforced the play. They see the numbers advantage, but they do not thread the needle for the engage. It's a decent
Inventional bombs after that. You are 3-4 items deep.
That is a Pantheon ult onto Milky Way. Oh, the Zyra really does not feel particularly happy about this.
He's around, going to try and buy some time, but I think that is just a dead Zyra. Gets the flash away, decent Stranglethorns, but it's still a very tanky front line. Turnaround begins to come on through, but they can't do any follow-up. The turnaround damage on base is just way too much.
And again, I actually don't mind the angle of saying, oh, they've used their ultimates. Maybe we can trap them in too deeply. But slowing down enough for a macro side laning game. They need to do one or the other, and they're pulling in too many directions to make it work.
Double Thimble Winter's now transformed as well. That it just makes dealing with the Gragas and the Pantheon
overextended too many times now. I really like doing this as the Leona just standing forward and trying to claim Tribrush. They do need to back off now, I think, though, now that they've been forced out of that. They know that RNG are looking for an approach in here. NIP need to have a way to control this area.
PP God takes a bit of a chunk. They are desperately trying to force control. What's going down? Shanji
Camille will need to teleport in. Camille is currently on the top lane of the turret, but she's not here now.
Gonna try and get across Milky Way. Stranglethorns are decent, but a flash straight on over it means even with a knock-up, that is a dead jungler.
And Xiaoshu stays top lane. Cass doesn't find them back into the enemy team. NIP will walk away with kills. They don't get the Atacon just now, but I think they're fine. With 5 grubs, the Lethality MF still shredding towers. RNG, once again, their solo laners are not linked up with what their team wants to do.
They are just playing for these turrets best they can. They got the tier 2 top. They don't get anything more. And it's traded for a tier 2 bot, and you can still return to the Atacon. So in the end, it's a tower for tower trade. And you still lose significant pressure on the map.
Yeah, and now getting objective bounties and inner turret, it is good gold. But at that point, you need to play so much more safely on the other side of the map. I'm not saying it's just the solo laners being disconnected from the main clump. It's the main clump being disconnected from the solo laners. They must understand what can be done here.
He's going to be dove. Actually takes a lot of damage behind the shield, and we only block damage from one direction. Fate Sealed not going to be quite on target. Gotta kill this Pantheon! Finally do, but the turnaround with a bullet time will surely bring everyone. They want this turret, they'll do it, but oh my days.
Why did they not kill the turret first? Atacon taken by NIP. RNG once again go for a scrap.
Oh, yes, you're right, yes. That's quite annoying when you got like 3 auto attackers.
Jachi.
Good dodge for now, but there's a Grand Starfall. Where do you run? Strikebreaker will leave Niket out to dry, but it keeps Jachi alive. In the picture, they're diving for the tier 1. They'll get it. Shanji now in a 1 versus 2, but for how long will it be? As RNG need to pray to RNG that someone doesn't pick the right bush. Xiaoshu is clearing the wave, knowing they will likely die here. And they have done what they can to ensure there is no wave to play with.
Well, I think RNG, I think they realize the score now. Look, we don't want to play the fights. We want to play for the side laners, but it's taken them a little too long to realize that. They go towards the tower. Yes, they're losing.
The singularly most fast, most globally available champion.
Jachi forced to cleanse, dodges away from the spear, but there's only so much you can do. The poor guy.
Dead.
This is the problem. You try and walk up, and there's just nowhere safe enough now.
Teleport comes in. Niket will dredge line and buffer some of the CC, but there's a cask. And Niket is drunk under the table.
Oh, Niket, 1 and 8 on the Nautilus. Look, I don't even think this was necessarily a bad game for the... This is losing game Nautilus scenario, folks. And they're going to find out that the Baron is going to probably be the end of their game. I think that'll lead into full court press. You can't defend against these waves well enough. It's going to be very hard now to see out this game.
Look, they Fimbulwintered around.
Leave is so powerful too. The Essence Reaver means you can stay out on the map pretty much indefinitely because you never run out of mana. You just keep auto-attacking, you get enough more of the entire game. We do have a 3-item Camille now, but that's something that we said might be able to carry the game, not when you're 10,000 gold behind. Now we have a hook coming in from the Nautilus. They are still continuing to fight. Doomby not here yet, but will be in range for ult soon.
Flash out from the hook shot from Leave. Nicely timed, keeps him safe. And now
Doomby's coming, Doomby's coming.
So deep. And the Grand Starfall comes on in. And already the Camille is dead. The Stranglethorns are decent. The Curtain Call also alright, but there's just not enough damage. Hang on, Fate Seal does a lot of work, but there's just not enough in the tank. In another life, in another game, maybe. Just maybe it means something. But the Pantheon is coming. He looks like he's wearing a red coat. We'll head on in to break down the inhibitors and take them to series point.
Oh, NIP, they are just that more coordinated team than RNG. RNG have fought well, but as you can see, they just do not have the stats. NIP, a much quicker game than the first to bring us to 2-0 in the series, leaving RNG on death's door. Standard lanes favor NIP because the Ezreal Karma is so good at using that. So watch out for those level 1 wards and see how they orchestrate the map. So you kill the dude. Because you just start spinning your arms around and red stuff flies everywhere, and then the crescendo gets stacked up too. So it's, yeah, really not that nice. That's a stun onto Xiaoshu, which allows some pokes to land. Xiaoshu, not had a great series, not had a great early game, but that one is actually more turret here with the last of your armor if you really want to as well. Really good ability to just take down those turret plates. Or there's Ezreal Karma's doing it through raw laning ability. NIP.
Burn the Ghost, try to get some damage back, and a Heartbreaker ensures that Leave gets the kill with an auto and a Q.
Doomby is loving playing these poking harder, getting more out of it. They are now ahead, but still, at least the Aphelios is surviving. You can just see that NIP's mid laner has been so much better at orchestrating the map. It was fairly intricate. I think there were some fun things around that, but as we said, the important thing was the first few levels, and they kept looking at people.
Catch him! Doesn't matter about the flash. It doesn't matter what you want. Can you smell what the mid lane shuffle is cooking? Tanguin is now the rock in my mind, sorry.
And Niket ends up getting the kill. Can win the lane. That's going to unlock a dragon for RNG, unexpectedly so. Leaving PP God playing the slower lane better, but Jachi and Niket find their moment to at least relieve some pressure.
Gonna head on over to this. PP God's still looking for an angle, needs to be able to defend us. Here comes the Realm Warp. Tried to read where the Karma went. Doomby's here with Aki. Flash on forwards, and that'll leave Thresh out to dry. Goes down. Trying to play one now is Jachi with the Severum and the Crescendum, but even with the healing, can't quite get PP Gods. And Xiaoshu and Tangyuan nowhere to be seen. The Realm Warp brings in more members.
Yeah, and Tangyuan couldn't stop
the draw. Doesn't interrupt the ult. I think Aki, if I saw the particles, I had to flash to get into the Realm Warp in time.
Oh, that's going to be nasty.
But here's Milky Way trying to defend. I don't think it matters though. Not there in time.
Shouldn't really be walking up like that. You don't have your Thresh. Your jungler is obviously too far away to help you as well. This is definitely one of those moments where you see the veterancy of an AD carry being called into question just a little bit. You shouldn't really walk up there.
No, and the problem definitely hurts on that one. Okay, it's a lot of damage as Leave once again feeling empowered to go forwards, and now Leave 3-0-1. This Ezreal is off to the races and was going to have to be a lot of the range damage this game, just off the profiles of these champions. Viego and the Rise and the Udyr, all pretty damn short range, really, in the grand scheme of things. Ezreal, the one notable exception to that. Karma in a weird spot as a support.
Should have had free stack out of it, but doesn't really want to stick around and find out.
Does he want to go over the wall? Glacial Prison lands into the death sentence. It's a decent hook. Flay will come on through afterwards, and then there's the Heartbreaker out, but there's just a way to run. Going to donate the kill over to the Aphelios, and they get the punish. Milky Way sticks around, calls over the cavalry.
Yeah, nice Sejuani into the Thresh. There's no Mikhails or anything like that just yet from the Karma, so no cleanse for him. Gets a really good CC combo to make sure RNG not quite getting locked out of the map. It gives them, again, just a bit of a pressure valve.
And again, the Heartbreaker was into the walls of the box, so even once you ulted away, you were slowed. Even with the Karma shields, it don't matter. Look like Milky Way's turning up top. Sejuani plus Jax, a pretty potent combo. Force a flash, gets the slow, looking for the permafrost. Does come on down. Shanji now going to be slowed with the empowered smite. And a leap strike secures. But it is Milky Way that gets it. Tangyuan in danger. Needs to be careful. Shuffles 2 away. and slides on out.
It's a good shuffle. I didn't think he was going to make his way out of that without burning the flash minimum, but be able to do that one. There could still be a dive, but the Thresh here to support. Nicat turning up just in time. NIP losing out a little bit. Spike on that item is absolutely insane. Now, the question is, can you get to that mid-game spike safely and also deal damage well enough? You do have a front line, you do have a Thresh who can help, but can he really be the game changer right now? It's quite hard for RNG to wait out, because now it is RNG trying to extend the timer of this game so their carries can take over. It is very hard to do so against this power spike, though.
Shanji now in danger. The hook lands. That'll be a big flay back into the shuffle, trying to go down, and he does get burned. The flash not going to be enough to come and help save from PP God, who wanted to try and get in and help on out there. They get the pick.
Back into the game, for sure.
Missing ult. Xiaoxu, though, will be able to claim this top turret. And a reminder what happened. There was a play bot. Judgy got a kill. Helps keep him within touching distance. Still behind this Ezreal, but it's like the kills matter a lot to keeping this Aphelios useful. No, my day's just about out of range, but Aki was waiting! Flash away from Judgy, keeps him alive for a moment, but the overload spread gets the kill with a bit of spell flux.
Oh, so close to getting out. I wonder whether Niket could have lantern flash to get that extra distance, though. I don't think they respected the Rise coming in with the Realm Warp. And just as we were saying, you know, well, RNG, if they survive through items, maybe that could work really well. It's just so hard to do that against this power spike.
Man.
Herald comes in, 6 scrubs for NIP. They start to turn on the afterburners. It's sad to see this happen after a pause. The more veteran teams tend to work better after pauses because they just tend to have their heads in the game.
So frustrating.
Oh, that's got to be a heartbreaker, actually. Suddenly 5k down in gold, things starting to destabilize. NIP, another great forced play. NIP, one of my favorite. Why is Aki here?
He's okay.
Yeah, he's fine. I was just wondering why he was sat between both jungle and mid lane. But hey, he was sat in the harrowed path, so he was okay with that for now.
There's a low road and a high road, and apparently Aki has decided to go for the edgy middle path. It's like being a grey Jedi, guys. Like, don't be a fan fiction person.
Swing and a miss.
They both threw them at the same time. That's unfortunate. True shot barrage stings to him be flashing, but an ult over the wall. Not going to be quite enough until a flash forward for the Spectral Maul onto Niket, who's still running away really fast, but a flash Q secures the kill.
Leave picks up the kill, but Aki feeling it so much this split. For someone who had maybe his worst year in his career last year, getting subbed out for the first time, really having a comeback in 2025 as it stands so far. He's managed to come in with a real amount of wind in his sails. Judgy now trying to push in this mid lane. Tanuen forcing forwards again, but RNG, another play which destabilizes the game for them. They just can't deal with NIP's power spikes.
Mantra Q the wave, turret disappears, they don't even get the mid tier 1. Atakan, well secured. Xiaoxu had to shove this wave all the way from the inhibitor turret. Really difficult to get involved now, and that's nearly a 2,000 gold lead individually in the bot lane.
Beyond that, they're so fed. At the Atakan fight, you don't get to just like let that objective go as well, so you have to square up to them. Turrets being falling, and yeah, it reminds me of when, you know, the fight was really around third dragon. That's when the 2 item spikes happen.
He is very, very scary. The Rod of Ages just fully stacked. He's got a Seraph's. That Rise is critical mass.
Yeah, so all of these things we said, oh, they've hit their power spike. This is like the apex of it. It doesn't get much worse than this for RNG. And RNG, they're trying to walk forward, but they don't even have their ults now, right? That's a Realm Warp. Oh, that's a nasty force.
Oh, no, that's brutal. Shanji just walks casually away, and in comes the rest of the team, a double for the side of Leave already, who is saying RNG will be leaving the venue with a disappointing 0 and 3. Surely in short order. They're playing with the Atakan buffs for a little bit. Still gets one on the way out, by the way, with that fadeaway Q.
Tower dies the Nexus. It wasn't the fadeaway Q, it was just the last auto attack. Flying through the air. Would have been body blocked. The correct decision there to say, alright, you can't block the auto attack. You don't have a Braum shield. I'm making mistakes, Sam. Okay. I'm watching you.
Sure you are. It's quite scary. Please look at the screen.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at you now.
I know. He's just turned his head sideways, guys. There's a little bit of the Exorcist.
Every time he says something now, I'm just gonna call him out.
Sort of like a really angry owl. That's the one he's taking. No one's clipping this, please.
Well, hey, you hear that one about Milky Way with the high-pitched voices and a Baron Steel? He's coming around. He was going to spot this out a little bit too early, though. He's been spotted. They should know that the HP is going down, but yeah, he's just going to get forced off. Approached a little too early.
She got taken down somehow to a 3rd HP. No, wait, not with a Q steal. Hang on. Doesn't get stolen, but there's a Realm Warp, and Judgy gets over the wall. It's not really going to matter all that much, and The hope and a dream, the high-pitched voices mean very little. They're only squealing in pain at this point as Jachi is Jachi G. He is not having fun again this time around. Leave and the rest of the squad go popping some heads. It's CSGO and the headshots abound.
No, it's ChatGPT looks a little bit more like a bot in this one, sadly. You've typed in the prompts and all they've come back are negative. Sorry, can you rephrase the question? Good start on the game from the Aphelios. Really just hasn't been able to be played around. As soon as we came out of that pause, NIP turn on the afterburners, and if there is one thing this team is, they are decisive.
They've got 15 seconds on Jachi respawning. Maybe they can hold at the turrets. They'll have to try. I don't think NIP can just end the game here unless they want to take a fight. And they'll just say, look, we got a load of gold. We just got Baron. We're going to reset, and we'll play to end on that shove after. They'll go instead towards mid lane while they've got this opportunity. And I improved Alaya in trade. Lukway steps forward. It's decent hope, but again, the follow-up just can't be there.
He doesn't care. It just doesn't matter to him. He has the Mercury magic shields as well. Hook goes wide this time. They are down for like 12,000 gold.
So much gold.
Hit them with a wallet, NIP.
It's not a wallet. It's a bloody bank vault. It's coming on in and dropping out of the heavens like a 10-ton anvil. Someone queue up Looney Tunes. It is all over now, folks. And they'll see you next time. Jachi down again as Leave just isn't missing. Skill shot accuracy as he fires a W behind him. I saw that.
He does that one for style. He knows he's got the stats and he knows he's got a team right behind him, and that's an ult going wide.
Oh, someone queue up the Call of Duty montage and hit up some 30 seconds to Mars. It is a bit of a shooting gallery out here, and a nuclear warhead coming in with a 25 kill streak at this point. One back onto the Viego isn't bad. As Tanyuan goes looking for PP God and Leave and can't quite find them, but the disengage is good and the dancing shoes are well and truly on. NIP, not a problem at all. The ninjas are in pajamas because they're putting this series to bed.
What a statement series from the AD carry of ninjas in pajamas. This guy may just well be the next big thing in the LPL as NIP